All right, welcome back to Empire of the Sun. And we just got the log back from our opponent. And if you remember, in our last video, the Japanese player, launched 3 battles. And I forgot to mark the battle A here, battle A here. This is supposed to be my first battle hex, second battle hex, third battle hex, with the Battle of Midway card. And we will see what the reaction was for my opponent. Okay, so I guess you're already awake. I didn't mark it, so my apologies to him, obviously. So he made the correct assumption that I am. Okay, so mark that as the battle hex. Okay, so now you're rolling for intelligence. So he realizes he has to roll an 8 or more. Okay, I didn't move into any of his Azoids. Okay, so he rolls just a straight 8. There's no DRM for him because so he has to roll 8 or less, and he does. He rolls a 6, so he's able to see this coming. It's not a surprise attack. And he says intercept, which means it's an intercept intelligence condition, and no reaction. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to bring any guys to the fight because he realizes that there's an overwhelming majority of Japanese forces here. Something he could have done, which he didn't, and maybe it was a good idea not to do that anyway. He could have, if he wanted to, reacted with his carrier force, the Enterprise, the Lexington, and the New Orleans here, and given battle to the Japanese early in the fight, so he can fight for Wake Island, as it were. But he decided not to do that, which is pretty smart, given that I have 36 air power factors and he has 24. The Enterprise and Lexington only have 24, plus the cruiser New Orleans is a 6-8, which doesn't really figure into the air battle. I guess he could have, if he really wanted to, he could bring in this long-range bomber unit and come to Midway. And well, he can't fly into a battle hex, can he? So all right, so he could have just brought in the Enterprise and Lexington. There's a very good chance it would have destroyed quite a bit of it, and he could have damaged me. But right now, given the balance of power in the Pacific, it's probably not a good idea for him to risk his carriers. So he decided not to react, and that's fine. So the battle A was here, and he tallied up my forces. Now notice that he only tallied up the airstrike or the air power of the carrier because it's a long range strike. So it's 24. Let's say it's 36 right there, 36, and the Allied powers have just 1, right? Just 1. So the Allied powers need a critical hit. The Allied player needs a critical hit. Remember, if he rolls a 9 or more, then that's not good for me. But fortunately, he didn't. In here, the attacker always is the first number. The defender is the second number. So I rolled a 5. He rolls a 5. A 5, if you remember from the air-naval combat table, is a half result. So half of 36 is 18. So it's just enough to destroy the air unit. Well, actually, it's more than enough to destroy that air unit because it's an 8. And he doesn't hit me at all. So that's so it's unscathed. All right, so he destroys that air unit. Okay, now battle B. Okay, that's down here. Okay, that's the BIAC fight. Japanese have 8. Allies have 2. Okay, he needs a critical hit. And he rolls an 8. I roll a 4. Which, of course, again, is a half result. Half of 8 is 4, which is not enough to destroy the cruiser unit. But he doesn't hit me either, so no result. That's no results. Close, but nothing. Okay. And in battle C down here. Okay. He rolls again. JP12. Allied player needs critical hit. And the 5-7. So that means I rolled again a half result. 6. Okay. Not enough to damage the Kent. Okay. And he rolled a 7, which is not a critical hit, so it couldn't hit me. But here's the thing now, is that you have to determine who won. Therefore, who won the battle? It turns out in an air-naval fight, if it's an air-naval combat, the guy who ends up with the most factors wins the fight at the end of the battle. So in this case, I win because I have 12, he has 3, no damage done. Okay, so since I win the naval battle, the invasion goes through. The invasion goes through, and I go in and occupy Guadalcanal, and he has to move away. Okay, he has to do an emergency naval move. He has to go away, which he does. Okay, then you will see here that ENM, emergency naval movement, the Kent moves to Gili Gili. Then he decides, no, I'll move it to Lai, which is fine. He decides to move here, then zip move there. That's fine. These are Allied-controlled ports, after all. Okay, so okay, decides. Okay, the okay, same thing here. I won the battle in Biak. Okay, and I won the battle in Biak, so he has to move away. Does he have to move away? I don't think he has to move away. I'll talk to him about that. I don't think he has to move away. Okay, so your PBM. So he's telling me I have to move. I have to do my PBM now, or my post-battle movement. And what I did was, and this is the reason, actually, the reason why I made this raid here is to allow to redeploy my heavy carriers into the South Pacific. What I did was, if I remember correctly, what I did was I moved the Shikoku and I did post-battle movement to truck. Then I moved the Soryu, moved it here to Hollandia, and then here, I think if I did this correctly, the Akagi I moved to, where did I move that to? I think I moved it to Rabaul. Probably Rabaul, yeah, probably Rabaul. And I think the Hiei moved to Shikoku to truck. That way, okay, so that's that. Why did I do this? The reason I did this was to create a zone of air zone umbrella over New Guinea, and I don't want him to be able to put reinforcements here in northern New Guinea in the second turn. And keep those forces as far away as possible from me. So I just did that. That's the reason I did that. Okay. So that's all for this PBM. We await his response. We await his card play. It's his card play next. Remember, he's out of passes now, so he has to play a card. Show you real quick what my 3 cards remaining are. I have this card left. I have this card left, and I have this card left. Okay, and just to show you real quick what I intend to do with the cards. I want to hold off playing this card until the very end because I want to make sure that he doesn't have war in Europe. Although he does have the last play, so he might have war in Europe, in which I would be in trouble if he had. So my thinking is that my next card will probably be this card here, the Hago, Burma Offensive. And then, depending on what happens after that, either probably play this card, and then finally put this in what's called the FOQ, or operations queue. I would like it if he creates a battle axe, if he decides to go on the attack and raid something. I might play this because it says here, this is the reaction card. I can play this in lieu of a die roll, intelligence die roll, to automatically give me an intercept. And the thing here is it would allow me to draw 1 strategy card. It would allow me to draw a new card. That would be a good thing because I could really use one so that I don't have to play War in Europe and keep that possibly in the FOQ just in case he has the War in Europe card. He plays that as the last card. No, he's going to play it as the last card. I'm screwed anyway because I can't